Hi guys, welcome back to this weekly outlook. Let's get started. So, first of all, let's start with Euro pairs. Euro UD, this was a trade that was covered on the last weekly outlook. Sadly, although this respected the level, rejected the level with a very strong rejection, it didn't respect the analysis and went higher. And this was due to the high impact news, because this was on Thursday, 3 a.m. for my time. At 3:30, we had unemployment rate for AUD. So if you managed to close this trade before the news came out, you would have been safe. So in this case, the best thing would have been closing the trade before the high impact news came out, because this whole candle taking the stop was mainly due to the news event. It was only the news event because with the news event we had a very strong rally upwards. So this was a stop loss that could have been avoided, even though although it was a very valid trade. Now Euro UD, just like other Euro pairs, is trending upwards, so I'm not really looking for any trade to go short on this one. So I'll better be looking for long setups on pairs such as Euro UD and other Euro pairs as well. Um, yeah, also in the H4 we also broke out of this high. It's definitely starting to form a bullish structure in the most recent price data. Euro GBP, this was this is a trade. I'm not too sure that if this was covered, but this is a pretty easy and straightforward trade. We have a clean break of the level. We have the key level here. Oops. We have a fib zone as well. And we basically have the retest on the zone with the entry indication. So the entry indication was basically on the, if you go on the H1, you will see we had a multiple rejections, rejection week here, a few rejection weeks, and this very strong week, this very strong rejection weeks, which is also basically a pin bar, or whatever you want to call it, hammer or whatever. But yeah, basically we had this very strong rejection and also a bullish engulfing candle. This was pretty much a very good signal to enter long. Also here, another bullish engulfing candle. It was pretty clear that after testing this level, uh, price was going with a very strong momentum to the upside, and now it's very close to the target. Also respecting the overall trend, being bullish with high highs and high lows. I think I shared another trade on the weekly outlook, uh, which is this one. Yeah, this was more of a short-term trade. Um, that wouldn't really have worked out unless you got stopped out at break even. Just still a good trade to take. The only thing here, you would don't want to enter trades where it takes so much to come back to the zone unless it's a buy limit. Usually buy limit works better when you have this long consolidation before the retest. So in this case, a buy limit here would have probably been either a break even or a partial stop loss. Having a target here or say here. So that's a better approach for when price consolidates so much before testing the level. Uh, yeah, but overall, also, um, overall, if you were to enter here, this was a bullish engulfing candle. You had a very low risk to reward ratio, having a stop loss below this low here. It wouldn't really be possible to take this trade with a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, or you could have just set a buy limit on this candle and look for a higher risk to reward ratio. But in this case, It would have been either a stop loss or a break even or like partial profit here. It all depends on how you managed the trade. It was a bit aggressive, although, because it was a very like a small time frame trade, as well as a trade on a very premium area. As price broke out of this range, this area with this whole impulse, and this was basically the retracement. So we only retraced very little compared to how long this impulse was. So that's why taking a trade a bit above here, it would have been a little bit aggressive, but that's okay. This was more of a swing trade on more of a longer time frame trend, as you can see, which is bullish. Euro JPY, I will show you guys that price has been going on a solid uptrend on Euro JPY. Um, yeah, it's been on a solid uptrend, but now it's breaking below the most recent levels. In the yen is quite strong today, so it started to break out of the recent support zones. So it's likely forming a bearish structure at the moment. If price starts forming a bearish structure, then as soon as the trend confirms, I'll be looking for potential trades to go short, to go in line with the trend. So today is pretty much a risk-on scenario because the yen is appreciating and also gold, um, which is typical of risk-on scenarios having um, yen and also gold basically trending higher, and also CHF. In fact, you can see USD CHF dropping a lot. So we have all the safe haven currencies and safe haven assets basically trending with strength. Euro USD, it turned bullish. I was saying that price will retest this level before starting a new uptrend. Instead, price it did test the level but went a little bit lower, uh, rejecting this whole area, and now it formed a bullish structure. I was looking for a trade to go long on the test of this level, but now tables have turned, let's say, and I'm just looking for price to potentially test back on this key area for more of a smaller time frame trade. As soon as price forms the high, I will be able to draw the fib and potentially uh, detect a trade from this on this retest, basically. Someone is throwing on the all right. Um, so yeah, GBP AUD. We have pretty much. This is a trade that was covered last week. I was saying the price is starting to form another very clear bearish structure, also with the breakout this key level. So if price would have broken this key level and retested, it was a potential opportunity to go short, which is currently here. We have not one but two rejections because we have this bearish engulfing candle here, which is quite strong, and also this bearish engulfing candle here, confirming the rejection of this key level with a very strong rejection. So you can see that pretty much, yeah, we have very solid rejection. We want to be careful once price arrives at this low, because if it breaks below this low, or if it rejects around this low, you can consider moving the stop loss to break even, or even taking the partial profits, or closing closing a small portion of the trade. As this price, there's definitely a potential chance that price will react from this low here. GBP CAD, yeah, this was a trade covered on the last weekly outlook. More of a smaller time frame trade, just like Euro Yen. The Euro Yen was a stop loss, but this one here we had a Nice break, slow pullback, and rejection on the key level. You can see that price rejected the key level from the bearish engulfing candle. And on the M15, you will have had a nice key entry indication. We had multiple rejection wicks, one, two, and three, bearish engulfing candle, and this will have been a nice entry indication with price dropping, continuing to drop in line with the downtrend. Now the structure is less certain, is less clear, so I'm not really looking for any trade until price forms a much more clear trend. GBP and ZD, it respected the analysis in some way. We didn't call any trade on this one. Price starting to form a sort of a bullish structure. I also called out a swing high, swing low here of a higher low, and price formed this higher low and continued to trend higher. So if price continues to trend and gives a much stronger trend and a nice breaker retest to go long, then I'll be looking for a trade to go long. It would be very ideal if price breaks above this level and we can have this breaker retest on this level here, above this level. USD JPY, I'm looking for a potential trade to go short on USD JPY. We have a clear downtrend that's forming, that recently formed. Uh, Dollar is weak, yen is strong, so pretty much everything is aligned. Uh, Yen being very strong today caused the break of this key level, which by the way was also tested previously here. Definitely an area of interest. And just with looking for price to pull back on this key zone and reject for a potential trade to go short. We also have a 61.8 fib in line with the zone. So everything is lined up for a potential trade to go short as soon as price pulls back and rejects the key area. USD ZAR and also USD PLN were clear breaker retests to go short that basically didn't take because they're exotic pairs. But those are potential trades you can take as reference, uh, as an example of what a potentially good setup uh, could be. Pretty much clean break, slow pullback, rejection, and continuation lower. Always the same thing, straight, simple and straightforward. That's pretty much almost all I wanted to cover. Gold is finally showing a potential good trade. So we have price breaking above this level with the very strong candles breaking above this level here and a 61.8 fib in line with the key level. So I'm just looking for price to pull back on the key area and reject for a potential trade to go long, which will go in line with the overall bullish structure on gold. And this reflects the risk on scenario we pretty much are seeing. And yeah, I'm just looking for this pullback on here for a potential rejection on this key area for a trade to go long. As always, I want to remind you that I always look for the mostly for bullish engulfing candles as entry indication or as a rejection. So price action showing signs of let's say rejecting levels, having wicks on going weeks below the candlesticks for trades to go long, and wicks above the candlesticks like here for setups to go short. So that's what you ideally want to look for. Yeah, that's pretty much every pair I wanted to cover. I don't really see any other setups beside the ones I've shared. A lot of pairs are showing a little bit of indecision. I'm not really indecision, but we don't really have that much of a clear trend. So I'm just waiting for clear trends to form in those scenarios. But overall, we do have definitely a few setups. Uh, we can look forward, especially USD JPY, which is very solid for now, and also gold. So if one of those two sets up, there will be a very nice potential trade for this week, along with the GBP UD, which I'm already in, and might potentially continue to drop, hopefully all the way to the target. All right, guys. It's pretty much all I wanted to cover on this week live session. So yeah, that's pretty much all the trades. This was recorded, of course, so you can rewatch as always. And I'll talk to you guys on the next weekly outlook. Bye bye.